Welcome back to our etiquette, manners, and image consulting strategies. The exciting part about all this is there are so many choices, and you can choose wisely once you understand the logic behind each different item that you're purchasing. So choose wisely, spend what you can, and then be thankful that you found a bargain or something that simply is wonderful for you. So we're heading from handbags onto shoes in the next video, and I wanted to share with you my favorite stockings. I personally have been buying Hanes Silk Reflections for years. I discovered them probably when I first moved to Florida many years ago. They are wonderful. You can buy them in the individual packages like this, and you'll notice I have the fancy ones that are lace, silk, thigh highs. This particular one is a 5-inch lace, so it's very flirty, and it's also cool because you don't have the full pantyhose, and if you live in a hot country, this is lovely. Us pale girls definitely need stockings. I remember in Canada many years ago even wearing a cute little walking short set that was upscale and chic, and we still wore stockings. That was so Canadian, and not many people in the States, unless they're in the business world on a day-to-day basis, will wear the stockings if they're in some of the lower states. This particular one is also another version of a thigh high. This is an everyday version. Now you can buy them individually like this, but you can also buy them in packages of 3 at a Hanes outlet, or of course you can buy them online. This is a nice one for a sexy look with a very high cut panty lace, so that's all a good choice. There are lots of color choices, and I'm going to suggest that you make sure that you get the color choice that's right. Now with my skin coloring, I wear barely there. I don't look at any other color except for evening, and then that's when I would wear the hint of black, and that's a sheer enough color that I still have my light colored skin, and rather than a totally black stocking, which is far too heavy visually for my light coloring. So the color of the stockings that you choose is certainly going to be dependent upon your lifestyle, the country you live in, how hot it is, how cool it is, and also your skin tone. Almost every company that sells the stockings have a little sample ring of all the different colors. So put your hand in that stocking sample to see how it actually works. Barely there works best for me as I have a slightly warm skin. So you can discover what you particularly like. You will have an opportunity many times to be advising your clients on these things. So I always have these in my studio to show people as to what I recommend that they purchase based on my experiences. And when I mentioned they can see it, most people are visual learners. And especially as an image consultant, you really must be a visual learner. You can't just operate from logic. You need to show people. Now, as an example, if I'm showing something to someone, I'm going to hold it beautifully. I'm going to romance the product, and then I'm going to hand it to them like this. I'm not going to hand it to them upside down. And then they get the idea, they hear it, they see it, they touch it, they buy it. So it's all about creating magic in your career. First of all, you have to sell yourself. That's really what we do. We sell ourselves. And a little inside to my early days in the industry, I was living on a dairy farm in the middle of nowhere in Canada. And I just did this work for me so that I can improve and increase my confidence. What I discovered was that I was still so painfully shy in my 30s. I couldn't find anything to say of interest. So when I went to the social events, I eventually discovered that if I dressed up in bright colors and a unique handbag, and of course my famous known item for me are my Fascinator handbags. people magnetically were drawn to me, and they would come over and say, "Oh, I love your hat." And then we'd talk about the hats, and I would say something to the effect of, as an image consultant, it's my great pleasure to dress up each and every day, and fascinator hats are my signature. So I thank them for the compliment, and that has started a meaningful conversation that could easily lead to a business connection. Gloria Starr sharing strategies again and again and again. Grab it with everything you've got. Live it, because it's going to be your career. And the more magnetic you personally are, the more clients you will attract.